Where's the link to this?
Hey. I'll get it.
You should probably get this.
We'll get the link to share. Links. Event page. I'll post it up on Twitter.
Or is it Twitter?
Twitter. Are you going to be steering the Twitter feed as usual? Okay.
I'm going to say this on a podcast. I really do think this should be our background. I think it would increase viewership. Exchange Franco with a girl. With two weapons in his hand, smiling. With white sunglasses.
Let me hit this up on our Facebook here.
What's the point of going on? We should talk about social media. It's stupid.
Do you want to talk about social media?
No, it's not Facebook. And I talk to somebody I haven't talked to in 20 years. Feel like I know them. What happened? What did you do on Twitter that we had like 50 followers in like 2 days?
On Twitter?
Yeah.
I told you I used our free advertising budget that we got.
What did it do?
What did it do?
Yeah.
We paid for followers, basically.
Yeah, but how did they like add us? Like how did they see us?
They're in the kind of sidebar. It shows up like promoted accounts.
Oh really?
Yeah.
We got like 50 followers. They look pretty good.
And I think they're good followers too. We love all our followers here.
I know. Like maybe 5 of them. But I know.
Well, definitely we give
We appreciate
precedence to the ones who interact with us, right?
Yeah, the 5.
But anyways, we can start whenever because this thing is recording.
What episode are we on?
16.
Alright.
Okay,
Let me know when you're ready. Get this ship started.
I'm ready. Do you have Trello open?
I'm going.
We use Trello here too for checklists. It's great.
Don't even watch it.
What? Gotta be in the practice, man.
in the future.
This is gonna be posted on the YouTube channel. It automatically posts to YouTube.
The whole thing?
Forever.
Yeah.
So this is right now?
Yeah.
Whoa.
It
Alright.
was awesome.
Welcome to episode 16 of the Cinema Observer
I'm
podcast.
gonna start right over because I moved this. We're good.
Welcome to episode 16 of the Cinema Observer podcast. I am Vincent Cervone.
I'm Jeffrey Lynn.
And I'm Rich Langino.
We got a bunch of stuff on as Richard would say, on tap today. We're talking about some recent news and relevance to Pacific Rim, Star Wars, and the much beloved Ant-Man. We'll also be discussing Staking for Strangers, Fault in Our Stars, Never Let Me Go. I'm assuming both the book and the
I haven't read the book, so just the movie.
just the movie.
If you have read it, you can talk.
The excessive amounts of trailers before a movie and how bad they usually are, and what the best seat in the theater is. So we'll be touching on all these things at some point today. We took a week off last week to recuperate and get some I guess keep it fresh. You know? Just took a week to plan. We were also pretty busy, so we didn't have much going on. So you want to get us started with the news, Rich?
Yeah. So I guess Jeff, you can beat it off because you really love Pacific Rim.
That was a good
last
pass. I passed to Rich.
Yeah.
Pass to Jeff.
Yeah.
Pass it back to me. Then I'll pass it
Well,
back.
here comes this.
Cash you and score. So
I saw a note today that Guillermo del Toro mentioned working on the Pacific Rim sequel.
You actually reviewed Pacific Rim, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Is
I
it
enjoyed
good?
it.
Yeah.
It's not. There's not really a great story, and there's some really cheesy parts, but it just looks awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah.
So he's writing something.
Let's
You
see
said
it.
it's not funded currently, but he's writing the sequel.
Yeah, that's not like officially being made, but he's working on a sequel with Zach Penn, maybe
Mm-hmm.
is the name.
Yeah,
And
that's
Lekka and
familiar.
some other things.
Oh gosh. I don't.
And I'm
I don't
selling it
understand.
really well.
Yeah.
but he just said it's not going to be a prequel because in the movie it's set 10 years or 15 years after these creatures first start appearing. He said it's going to be something totally different and crazy.
Oh, okay.
So who knows? The movie does end with sort of this story could continue
Okay.
aspect to it.
I could probably see like Pacific Rim and the Godzilla sequels like constantly kind of butt heads,
Yeah.
for years to come. Who knows if they'll both like be supported equally? It seems like Godzilla has the most steam out of the two. I think like Pacific Rim is like reading your review was like pretty underrated summer blockbuster in terms of visual effects anyway, right?
Yeah.
Pacific Rim, I can't do it. I don't know why. I just can't do it. I love Charlie Day. That's his name, right?
Yeah.
The dude from It's Always Sunny.
And Idris Elba.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Idris Elba from The Wire, but I recently came across a song by him, and he's a rapper named King Driss. Bad.
Really? Idris Elba raps?
I don't know if he raps now or if he did, but it's pretty bad. So I just
he doesn't
almost
rap
always.
in.
well, I'm not saying it's bad, really. It doesn't pique my interest. I've never seen Avatar.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm not really into those movies.
I think you need to see Avatar.
No, I'm not going to see it just because you said that.
Well, it is Pocahontas in space, so I guess
I
it's
just
kind of forgive you, but
I
yes,
can't-
dances with wolves.
I can't get into. I just can't
It's all
get
the same
into it.
story.
But they're all the same. But I mean, Avatar was more noted for its like cinematic. Like,
Avatar was more of a breakthrough technologically.
right. Which
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that I don't want to see it. It doesn't. It's just that when I see the trailers for it and when I saw it coming out, like I know a lot of people who love it. It never made me want to see it.
Yeah.
Like Interstellar, I really want to see Interstellar because the trailer was good. It's interesting to me. But
Christopher Nolan. Like,
yeah, not really. But Christopher Nolan, but also the trailer is great. The first trailer I really liked, and like McConaughey's in it. I mean, there's a lot of things in that to like.
It's a lot of draw, and plus like his films don't come around all that often.
Speaking of McConaughey, True Detective comes out on DVD. I'm talking to all of you. True Detective comes out on DVD on Tuesday. It has my highest recommendation for
Yeah,
a TV show. So
I still need to get on that.
Would you try that? Season
Would
one?
you enshrine
I have not-
True Detective?
I have
I know
not-
you observed it. You
well,
observed
I
season
did
one,
the
right?
season one. Right? I think it's borderline. See, the thing is, The Wire to me is enshrined because of its social commentary. You know, if I were to ever do a review on it, which maybe I will because I have the complete series and I have seen it before. I don't know. It's borderline. It's there, but there are some things in it that prevent it from being that way,
Mhm.
based on my perception of TV shows. But I guess I'm like the TV guy now.
Well, yeah, pretty much.
But no, I mean, yeah, it's borderline. We haven't tried anything yet.
No, we haven't. We're holding off as much as we can because
Interstellar's sitting there. Just waiting.
I don't want to think about.
Also, we didn't note this, but haven't you not seen Good Will Hunting?
I've now seen Good Will Hunting. Yes.
And it's been enshrined?
Well,
Borderline.
Are you reviewing it?
I'm not reviewing
Yeah,
it.
we
I'll
saw it.
talk about it later after news.
Yeah, I feel like it's a good movie. It's really
Yeah.
good. I think after you've seen it like twice, I've seen it twice and I'm done now. I don't want to watch it again.
I want to hold off until after news to talk about it, though.
But yeah, so that's the news of Pacific Rim.
So Star Wars spin-offs. I think was it last week or 2 weeks ago? Gareth Edwards news came out that he is helming a Star Wars spin-off. And then this past week, what's the dude's name? The guy Josh Trank, who's directing the Fantastic Four reboot, is also slated to direct a Star Wars spin-off. So I guess this is just going to be kind of a continuing process because Disney wants to put out a Star Wars film every year, basically, where you'd go with a big Episode 7 movie, and then in the years between those big episodes, we're going with spin-offs. So possibly they're talking about a Boba Fett origin story, people love Boba Fett, a Han Solo origin story, and just kind of solo films, kind of along the lines of what Marvel is doing with their characters. So I don't know. We'll see how. I'm not familiar at all with Trank's work, so we'll see what happens with the Star Wars spin-off. But I have my hopes kind of set a little high because it's been a while since a good Star Wars movie has come out. So.
I don't know if I mentioned this last podcast, but I recently have watched a couple of Star Wars movies. I've seen them all. But I think that they are great, and I think that they're, for the time when they came out, groundbreaking. Like the earlier ones especially. But I actually find it difficult to get through some of them now.
Yes.
Like, and it's not that they're bad movies. It's just there's something about it. Might be the pacing of it.
I would say like episode 4 especially starts off really slowly. That's A New Hope, the first one that came out in '77, and that starts out really slow, but it really.
No, well, 4, 5, and 6 are great though.
Yeah.
But 1, 2, and 3 are decent. I don't.
They're not even that for me.
Like I think when I was watching one the other day, and I think it was episode 2. Which one is that?
Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, no. I mentioned this last time. It wasn't good. I mean, it was just too boring, too slow. And it's like, unless you're like a diehard Star Wars fan,
Yeah.
you feel very excluded
Just
from a lot
trying
of
to
the
build
stuff.
everything.
But I mean, there are people that would want to murder me for saying what I just said, but that's just how I feel about them.
I think since the prequels have came out and people have had a couple of years to kind of digest them, I think most people are coming around to the conclusion that they were pretty subpar, and Revenge of the Sith is probably definitely the best prequel out of the 3, but that's really not saying much since episode 1 was pretty bad and episode 2 was really, like you said, slow moving and just not that interesting overall until the end, really. So
yeah, but I don't know. It's just I'm excited for the new. I'm excited for the new Star Wars, the one that's coming out in like 2017, is it? Or
it's coming out next year.
Like,
15.
I'm moderately excited for that one.
Late December.
Yeah, December. It was a summer release on that.
Yeah, well,
Good.
Right.
I don't mind.
but yeah. So that's Star Wars. Did you have something, Jeff?
Yeah, we had Buffalo Bison just had their Star Wars night.
Oh,
this
yesterday.
weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And they lost to Syracuse, I think.
But no one really
Syracuse-
cares after the game.
I know the Bisons had R2D2 on their jersey, but did Syracuse do anything?
I don't think so.
Should have put them in.
A lot of places, a lot of minor league teams do that. The
Yeah.
Bisons are a pioneer in Star Wars.
Yeah, they have
Lightsaber
Yeah,
they
fight.
have a full-on lightsaber battle after the game.
And they have their own custom jerseys
Yeah.
made each year with permission from LucasArts.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Whereas a lot of other places, they use the same templates, like 5 teams use the same jersey. The Bisons always do
For those people who are not sports fans, the Buffalo Bisons are a AAA affiliate of the Toronto Blue Jays.
Yeah.
So right around, used to be the Mets.
We used to be the Mets, and then before that we used to be the Indians.
But now we're in Toronto.
I think we should say
Well, we're better off, and they're close.
Yeah.
An hour and a half away. So
right.
not even like an hour and 10 minutes. But we're close enough. But all right. So the next thing on for recent news is Ant-Man. As a director, Peyton Reed. I don't know. I'm familiar with Peyton
I'm not
Reed.
familiar with him at all, but they also said that Adam McKay is going to help with the script.
Is that the dude from?
That's the
Brothers?
dude with who's worked with Will Ferrell on Step
Step
Brothers and
Brothers.
Anchorman. Comedies that are not based around a script are a very loose script anyway. So I don't know what I'm supposed to how I'm supposed to take that news that he's going to help with the script, since a lot of his stuff that he directed is unscripted. So it's kind of weird.
I don't know. It's going to be interesting to. Some of these things are questionable to me.
Ant-Man is just a questionable.
No, I'm not going to see it.
I don't think I'll
It's
see
called
it.
Ant-Man.
Yeah.
I'm good.
But Paul Rudd's in it.
Doesn't
You
matter.
have to see it then, right? It's
Oh,
Paul
I think
Rudd
I
movie.
said last or 2 podcasts ago that I would go see it because of Paul Rudd. I can't bite my tongue. We'll see. Depends on
Yeah.
it depends what kind of Paul Rudd you get.
Okay, there's different Paul Rudds.
No, well, he's usually very like uplifting and hilarious, but I don't know what kind of role he's going to be cast into in this one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't cast Paul Rudd for like a super serious role by any means.
But for the record, Ant-Man's a dumb name.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go with that.
But that's just something out there. Finally, as a director, many directors have passed up on that job since Edgar Wright left the project. So
Right.
no one really wants to take control of it. So it's not good for that franchise.
In other news, I guess, is there any other recent news anybody has?
Not that I can think of. So.
Well, the NHL draft's coming up, so I'm excited. And their Islanders are stacking up their team. Okay, this is not
good for us, though.
No, it's not. But at the same time, everything can go wrong for them, so I'm fine with it. But yeah, I don't know. That's just what I'm looking at here. I'm going to Disney next month, so
Exciting.
I might write a review of some rides or something. I don't
There's a
know.
new Snow White ride.
Snow
It's
White.
like Seven Wars. It's like a mine train ride. Sort of like Big Thunder Mountain.
Oh,
Which is why
I
I figured
didn't
that they
know
have
that
another in the
last
same park.
I just think Disney's a very interesting experience to have. So they're speaking of Star Wars. I mean,
yeah.
they have some pretty cool Star Wars stuff there. But I won't be writing reviews that week. But I will try to do something Disney related while I'm there. And why not?
Actually, I had a comment on Facebook posts saying why we don't do more like animation reviews.
Like Up or something.
Yeah, like Up or even like the 2D animation.
We did the Lego movie.
Yeah, so Lego movies there. I mean, rest assured, we do
Who was it?
try.
Yeah, it was.
One of my friends from college.
Well, does he like animated movies?
She likes animated movies a lot.
Let's tell her to write some reviews.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
There you go.
I think.
Yes,
I mean, I think at this point in time, we are looking for somebody to, if anybody out there, I mean, we're not really calling our arms here, but if anybody,
Yeah, if anyone's interested, just give us a shout.
horror movies or animated movies would probably be things that we would not write as much. I love animated movies. I don't have the time to watch a lot of movies, so when I have the time, I usually don't go and see those.
Right, yeah, me neither.
But I don't like horror movies, so it's not going to happen.
Pay to be scared, right?
Jeff, do you like horror movies?
no.
Yeah, so,
I like
we need a
thrillers,
horror movie.
suspense, but not just.
yeah, thrillers are good. You like things with the plot. that have
Yeah.
characters that you care about and it's dense. Horror movies are, here's a person in a room, there's a guy with an axe coming.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's have the person walk into the guy with the axe.
Or go into the dark basement.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There are some movies like Cabin in the Woods was really good. I really enjoyed that one because it has like a cool twist at the end. And it's kind of psychological, but again, not much in the way of character development. But as far as like having like some kind of philosophical or bigger question, I think that movie does a good job.
Mhm.
Cabin in the Woods, recommended.
Yeah, it's on Netflix, right?
I'm not sure. Oh, I actually, yeah, because I saw
It's
it
either on Netflix or Amazon
I'd
Prime.
probably give it a rent. But it's pretty good as far as those kind of movies go.
I've heard good things about it too. Sam, who's one of our best followers, I would
Works
say.
with Sam, I think,
Works with
is
Sam. He's in our
summer-
summer movie league, and he won our AMC giveaway. He really digs horror movies, and he highly recommended Academy of Woods.
Speaking of summer movie,
Yeah.
have you checked up on this?
I haven't checked up. I know
Text me this morning.
Sam did tweet at us the other day that he has 1,000 Ways to Die in the West, and what was the other one that he had? That he said was bombing for him. Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow, which I heard is actually good.
I heard that's really good, so I want to see if I can go out and
We
see
have-
that soon.
29 people right now in the league, and Bears Getting Entertainment is winning. Brendan. So that's he's got Maleficent, X-Men, Godzilla, Neighbors, and The Amazing Spider-Man. So yeah, pretty good pictures
That's
there.
good. Yeah.
I'm in 16th place.
Which
Sam is
I'm in
in
11. No.
11.
Moving
You're
up.
moving up.
Jeff's in 7th. Rich is in 7th. A lot of my movies haven't come out yet, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got Transformers, Dawn, Planet of the Apes.
You still got plenty of summer to go, so. Anyway, that's the update on it.
I only have 9 movies here. I could probably fix that.
Alright.
I had. Oh, well, I'm gonna fix this. Where you guys gonna take over for now? Jeff,
I think that's because you had a movie in the list.
Oh.
what do you mean? What? Don't worry about
If I
it.
recall,
Yeah, you had 10 before. You had 10
Because I have 10.
but you had what was it? The Fast and the Furious movie.
Oh.
Same years, but that got moved like a year
Oh.
later because they had to figure out.
Oh,
Okay.
so Vince got screwed over.
Oh, well, now I gotta look at Think Like a Man 2. Boy.
Slim pickings now.
Okay. Well. Boyhood. I like Boyhood. Anyway, so Jeff, you saw a movie recently, right? It was called
Mistaken for Strangers.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about that movie, what you thought about it? First of all, what it's about.
So Mistaken for Strangers, which is named after the song Mistaken for Strangers, is a documentary following the band The National, who are one of, I think we can all agree, but maybe just me, that they're one of the best bands in the world right now.
They're from UK?
No, they're from Cincinnati.
Cincinnati, okay.
For the most part, based out of Brooklyn. And the documentary is made by the brother of the lead singer, Matt. So Matt Berninger is the lead singer. He's known for his baritone voice and sort of thoughtful, introspective lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
And then the rest of the band is 2 pairs of brothers. So there's 2 twins, Aaron and Bryce on guitar, and then two other brothers who form the rhythm section. And this movie, in 2010, their sort of breakthrough album came out. They had a few good albums before that, but this is when they started getting big. It reached number 3 on the charts. And when they went on their tour, Matt invited his brother Tom to come along. And Tom is 9 years younger than Matt, kind of a screw up. He's not into indie music. He has a really funny quote about how terrible he thinks it is.
It's in the trailer, yeah.
And how pretentious it is. But he just listens to metal. So he goes along on this tour, and he brings a camera with him, thinking he'll just make a movie about the band being in it. And there's sort of a history of rock documentary.
Right. I think some reviews that I've, just glimpsed at, we're kind of comparing it to Spinal Tap a little bit because it is like comedic.
It is very,
film, so
very funny.
So would you make that sort of comparison, or?
It's funny, but it's sort of its own thing. He goes to make a movie about the band and ends up making a movie about himself and about him and his brother and what it was like dealing with having a brother who's extremely successful and good at everything he does, and he's in his early 30s. It's not clear if he lives with his parents, but it seemed like he might in the beginning. So he's on the road. And he has his job as a roadie as part of the tour crew. But he spends most of his time, it seems, filming things. When he's supposed to be doing one thing, he's recording. He's missing assignments that he's supposed to be doing and getting drunk. And so he runs into some trouble, learns maybe he's not doing the right thing, but eventually he has all this material that he has to put together into a movie.
And he doesn't know really what to do with it. In your review, you mentioned that his sister-in-law helped him edit the movie.
Yeah, so eventually he gets fired from the tour. He misses the bus leaves from one city, and they're an hour out of town when they realize he's still in the bar. And he claims he was there with 2 guys in the band, but they were on the bus. So that was kind of the last straw. The tour manager had to let him go, which he recorded. And he's telling him, do you really want to be recording this? And he's saying, yeah, I want it for the movie. And so he goes back home. He goes to see his parents and talks to them about how him and his brother were different growing up. His mother tells him how all these things that he quit, he'd be on the sports team, he quit. And the only times that he kind of didn't quit something he started is when they made him, because they thought you can't live your life just being able to quit everything.
Yeah. That's interesting how...
But as you're asking about, Matt, the singer's wife, invites him to stay at their house in Brooklyn, and he goes there to finish the movie.
Okay. Yeah. It's interesting how he set out to document their tour, but actually it turns out to be something completely different.
And
that's really cool.
And even when he was trying to document it, he's very much a part of it, where there's clips of him directing band members, like, this is going to be your introduction scene, and I want you to give me a look like this, and stand up, and he's just directing them what to do. And it's these weird, it's really funny, but just weird shots.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very amateur. He also shows one of the band members clips from a movie he made himself. And you just have to see it.
Yeah.
It's really funny stuff.
You gave this an absurd rating, right?
Yeah, because I think anyone can really get something out of it.
Yeah, it's not just pure music.
Yeah, the music's just in the background. It's a story about kind of growing up in your brother's shadow.
That's really, really cool. So, yeah, interesting.
Sorry, I'm just picking my new movie.
Did you finish up your list?
Yeah, unfortunately. I picked Hercules.
This took a while. Oh my god.
Yeah, I was tweeting with somebody on a tweeting this, but I picked Hercules with Dwayne Johnson. It was pretty low for me. I was torn between the Hercules one, but I was torn between that and what's that other one? The Expendables or The Giver? Because I saw a trailer for The Giver yesterday.
Yeah, new trailer just came out.
It
Jeff
looks
Bridges.
pretty
Nothing
good.
like the book.
Also, no, but it looks really cool. So I like the contrast between the gray and the purple, which is from the book, the colors and stuff. But yeah, I picked Hercules ranked it last. I don't think I'm gonna change the side for last year.
So it's weird that you can change the numbers. The movie's not out yet.
Yeah.
But I guess it's alright.
Yeah.
As long as it comes out, it's black.
But regardless, I wish the website had notified me that I'm sitting here with 9 movies like an idiot.
I think they're still in beta, so you gotta cut them some slack.
Whatever.
It's been around for a few years. I think they just stopped.
Do you want to continue on with the reviews, or do you want to talk about some other stuff first?
You want to break it up and then talk about Fault in Our Stars?
Yeah.
As you're talking about the Giver trailer, we can talk about trailers, right?
Yeah, let's talk about trailers. Well, first of all, I saw The Fault in Our Stars yesterday, and I thought there were too many trailers. There were 6, but they were all bad. You know, except for The Giver, which was good, but also the plot looks a little silly too. I don't know how I feel about it.
I never read the book, but I did
It's
kind of
different.
get the thing that's way different from. Is it a different setting completely from the book?
I think it's set
No, but they changed a number of aspects.
like that thing with the thing with the color is the same though.
Yeah,
At least
that's
from
the
what I can
same.
tell.
But
Is that Jeff Daniels?
It's Jeff
Jeff
Bridges.
Bridges.
I get them confused.
Yeah, so do I.
But yeah, it looked pretty good. But there was just so many. There were too many trailers. I saw one for but there were too many. I don't know. I feel like I wonder what everybody thinks about the Star Time movies. If a movie starts at 10, should the movie be on at 10, or should the trailer start? Because yesterday I saw The Fall of starts at 10. I mean, it didn't start until 10:17.
Yeah.
I think that's what you can expect, though.
But why?
Because if you change that, because you know there's going to be trailers, so people know. Like,
No,
And
oh,
if it shows
so,
up at 10
wait,
and
so
then
because
go on.
people are stupid and lazy, I have to wait 17 minutes? The movie starts at 10 o'clock, it starts at 10. That's like when it says there's a train that leaves at 10 o'clock, it leaves at 10:30. No, it leaves at 10. That's what time you expect it to play.
Vince
Okay.
is also really particular about showing up to the movie theater way in advance.
20 minutes every
Yeah.
time. I just
so you can catch the fun.
Yeah.
don't you guys think? Well, first of all, it depends because like sometimes I get popcorn, the lines are long. I like to be in my seat at least 10 minutes before the movie starts just to get acclimated. AMC,
Well, I like to be there sooner to make sure I can.
AMC, you don't have to worry about it because your seat's already reserved. So I love AMC.
Yeah.
Well, this is another interesting question then. Like, are you fine with that? If the movie's at 10, whenever it starts is fine? You guys are okay with that? Because to me, it just seems a little problematic.
Well, I like getting to see the trailers. But to your point about there's more, I don't know if there's more trailers, or just when they're bad.
Yeah,
Then it's like,
they
oh
do
my God.
drag like forever, right? There are more than there used to be, though. I think a couple of years ago, there used to be maybe 3. Like 3 would be the max, 4 would be ridiculous, but now there's like at least 6.
I think there's always been fun.
I don't know. It's more apparent to me now
What do you
than it
think?
ever was. Yeah, what do you guys think?
About what?
Leave it in the comments below.
I mean, trailers.
There has to be at least 6. But for a while, like this summer, there's been the trailer for Lucy.
Wait, did you guys move away from this late time already?
What?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, we're still on this, right?
No, I'm
We're
there.
still- we're
Because
still
I
in it.
I don't understand how you could justify that. Even what you're saying makes no sense to me.
I agree with you. It should start at.
Well,
maybe-
what was your excuse again? The people, the trailers, they know they're going to
Well,
show up.
people
people
know that the
assume there's gonna
movie.
be trailers.
We know it's not going to start at the time it does.
So you show up late. So book a later time.
Well,
Show
I
up.
don't. So,
No, I'm saying so you. Well, okay, so yeah. Now,
You don't show up late to stuff.
I'm saying if somebody shows up to if it's a 10 o'clock movie, they go, okay, we'll get there at 10:15 because that's when it's going to start. Just book a 10:30 showing or something. Book another showing. Because personally, when I go to the movies, if you're paying $11, okay, the last thing I want to do is be angry before I watch a movie.
Yeah.
So when I have to wait, like when we saw Moonrise Kingdom, we rated it pretty.
Or Grand Budapest.
Yeah, sorry, Grand Budapest. Well, even Moonrise Kingdom when I saw it last year. It's enough. You know, if it starts at 10, play the trailers at 9:50. Let's get the movie going.
Yeah,
Because
it's true. Especially like premiere, like midnight screenings. Like I saw, Dark Knight Rises and Man of Steel like both at midnight, and like you're not out of the theater until like 3 or 3:30 because of all the stuff like before.
yeah,
So it is ridiculous. And I did they kind of screwed over when I went to see Godzilla with my brother. We showed up before, like a good amount of time before the the 3D IMAX showing started, but that was already sold out. So then we had to see it in regular 3D, not IMAX. So we just kind of got screwed over, even if we showed up early.
Well, but it's all a money grab. It's like, okay, well, let's wait till everybody's in the seat. Like, I used to be in a band, okay? And if you played last, that was the best time to play because if you're the headliner, people wait for you. Or in the middle, okay? Waiting for the headliner. So it's like, let's wait till everybody's in the theater, and then we'll put these trailers on once everybody's here at like 10:02 or whatever, when the movie starts at 10. I only reference that because that's what time the movie was for me.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, so now that they're here, let's play the trailer. No, the trailers are there because these movies are coming out. I paid to see the movie. I want to watch the movie at 10 o'clock, okay? That's what time it starts. So, just my opinion, it's not just the theater I went to yesterday. I mean, when have you seen a movie when it starts exactly on time?
Never happened.
And the most,
well, how many previews were before Grand Budapest?
5 or 6 maybe? Wasn't there a pretty good amount?
Yeah, I think so, actually.
Some theaters like AMC and Regal, they put down movie starts in 4 minutes. The 4 minutes is up, the movie's not on, the trailers are on. The movie starts at 10. That's what time it just bothers me.
Well, let me ask you guys this. In the age of the internet and streaming video, do we need to have trailers in movie theaters anymore? Should it just be
no, you're right. But
right?
See, here's the thing, though. Don't you think that the trailers kind of show what the movie looks like on the big screen as opposed to...
It seemed like what the trailers seem to serve the purpose of is you're seeing, like when we saw the Lego movie, we saw a bunch of like kid-friendly trailers like before that. And
it's target marketing.
It's targeted, yeah. So, I mean, I guess that's the main reason why there's like so many trailers like before a movie. But like, do you really need trailers when people can just look it up on IMDb?
Well, not everybody has the internet.
That's true.
You know, and then also, I don't know, when you think, like for example, Godzilla. That Godzilla trailer in 3D IMAX was like maybe one of the movie. So, but I get what you're saying because there's so much traffic on the internet now. Like we see trailers on our computers. What's the point of having them beforehand?
Yeah.
What I would really prefer, and I don't know what you guys think about this, is if they showed us like a 5-minute clip of one movie that's related to. Mm-hmm. I would like just to see.
Like they've done that with The Dark Knight, like prologues, like the Joker scene and the Bane airplane sequence they showed before.
I like that.
Attached to specific movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they do that a little bit. Like when we saw Spider-Man, they gave us like a minute clip of X-Men.
Yeah.
Well,
that was after the movie, though.
But I'm saying, like, instead of a trailer, I mean, we see so many trailers. I wouldn't mind just seeing a snippet, you know, for like just
remember when the
I'm done.
Hero,
yeah.
When the Star Wars prequels were coming out, and the trailers would be like specific. There's only one movie that had the first trailer. And people would go see that.
Oh yeah.
And then leave.
And then leave. Yeah.
They would pay. They'd buy a ticket to a movie. They'd watch the Star Wars trailer and then leave. They didn't want to see that.
Yeah, that's true fandom. Right there.
That is true fandom.
That's something that probably exists.
Oh, probably.
Unless you get like the full scene.
Yeah, I mean I know I think Chris Stuckman, like he was a YouTube reviewer, he purposely like asked an usher if he can go in to see some movie in IMAX. I forget which one. He might have already seen it, but he wanted to really see the Interstellar trailer in IMAX. Like that's all I want. I just want to see the Interstellar trailer just for 5 minutes, and then that's it. So I guess people still do that, you know, to get that premium trailer experience.
They let him in.
Yeah, they let him in and saw it and reviewed it that night. But to your point about seeing like clips of movies without seeing the whole movie, I don't know if I.
But you see the whole movie in the trailer. What the hell's the point? You see.
No, it depends on the trailer though.
If you piece it together, you've seen the whole movie. Like minus like a
Spider-Man and any comedy.
Like show me.
Well, but Spider-Man though, you didn't see the whole movie. You saw a different movie in the trailer.
We did see it.
That's true. Just show me a minute and a half of one scene. You know, just let me see what's going on. I'm just saying it could be a good way of, you know, instead of throwing all this garbage out. Because half these movies flop that they show. You know, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's just my opinion. And the trailers are getting in the way of the movie I came to see. I didn't pay to see the trailers, especially when you've seen half of them.
Yeah.
And I get that they release like the Giver trailer. I think was released in theaters, like that's when it first showed. But it was on the internet 5 minutes after.
Right.
So.
Right.
But like we said, not everybody has the internet. But anyway, it's just
that's something to think about. It's something that's going to keep happening too, and
I'm comfortable
for more people who are, you know, Netflix binge watchers, like more and more people are, they just want to see, you just get to see what you want to see. But for movies, not only do you have to pay more than you're paying for Netflix, but you also have to sit through trailers before you see the movie. So I think theaters have to kind of adapt their way of doing things to.
I mean, quite honestly,
if
we didn't review movies, I would not be in any rush to go to the theater. I would wait.
Yeah.
Because you're saving money. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You can rent these movies for $1, or you can go. You see them. You can own them for the same price as you're going to see the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it really makes no sense. But you pay. I've been thinking about this for a while. The movies were always an event for people.
It's an event, yeah.
But especially when they first came out, it was a big deal. And now it's just the event is not the movie; it's everything in between, and it takes away from the experience of viewing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, if I'm going to pay $12, or if some places are more, or IMAX $16, I want to see the movie.
Yeah.
I want to be happy with the movie. I want to watch it on time. I'm paying money for it. I'm not paying money for the trailers. So, just my opinion. And maybe give some free popcorn because it's too much money. It's $8 instead.
We did post an article on Facebook from shortoftheweek.com who talked about that kind of thing, how cinema going is no longer the event it used to be because of the streaming services that are out now. And people are less likely to pay for that premium experience because they can just see whatever they want to. But I still think there's always going to be a place for cinemas and theaters because, at least for the near future, where else are you going to get picture perfect quality of the image and great sound, like surround sound, like an IMAX or something like that?
Right.
So,
No, there's definitely pros to going to the theater.
Yeah.
But for the record, I don't think it's a good date place. You can't talk to the person for 2 hours. I mean, I don't understand how that
That's a
works.
negative thing.
What?
It's a negative.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm thinking of when you go on a first date, people are like, dinner and a movie. The movie is you're 2 hours, you're watching it, you don't say a word. That's
Right, but then it gives you something to talk about. The person you don't know.
Afterwards, yeah.
That's true. That's true. That is very true. But it depends on. I guess it depends on if you have dinner first or movie first, right?
I think it's a fine line there. You have to do it right.
That's true. But yeah, the thing is too is I don't know. It's just interesting to think about what purpose the theater serve now, though. I mean, I know that they show us these movies, but what does the event become?
Well, I think for film festivals, that's the one reason they're not going to go away.
I love theaters.
Centered around cinemas and theaters and people going there.
I love theaters because these streaming places don't get access to these movies until after the theaters anyway.
Yeah, and long after too.
And I still feel like AMC right now, and I said this before, the chairs and everything, I like going there because I feel like I'm hanging out with a bunch of people watching a movie, and movies are a collective experience.
Yeah, they are.
So to have that, I mean, I know Fault in My Stars is insane, everybody's crying, but besides that, it's it's just you feel like you're just hanging out watching a movie. I like that feeling. It adds to the experience of watching it. Unless you're watching The Room. You can watch that with one person, 5, or nobody, that's still great.
What is the best seat in the theater for you guys?
Well, we actually got a tweet.
We did get a tweet.
Yeah, from Paul. And he
Hey,
said,
Paul.
yeah, he said, top row in the middle, sound is awesome, and the viewing is less distracted by the noisemakers and people walking in and out, up and down.
Yeah, because everyone's in front of you.
So yeah, I mean, I think
below it's stadium.
Well, now that
yeah, he's pretty. I mean, that's not my preferred seat, but I think it's my second preferred seat.
Yeah.
But what do you guys think of Paul's comments?
I like to be in the back and get the projector on the last row.
All right,
So I can see
it's really for the same reason. And he's also right though about people walking in and out.
Mm-hmm. Usually I go towards the center of the theater. I try not to go really far back because on the screen it's a little smaller for me.
Yeah, depends on the theater.
I did see the Hunger Games in the last row, and that actually wasn't bad. I didn't mind
Yeah.
it.
Depends on the theater too, right? Is that what you said?
Yeah,
Because the
some
screen can be
theaters,
small.
yeah, as a real onward, and it was almost divided.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Ones where there's an aisle in the middle, so where you come in, there's a front and the back, and that from the back, especially initially, I've seen this is pretty far back.
Yeah.
But also the last movie I saw before that was IMAX, and I was right
Yeah,
there.
it's a big difference.
Honestly, we saw the IMAX Spider-Man. I don't think my preferred seat for IMAX is all the way in the back because it's too much when you sit close.
Yeah. But the worst seat definitely is front.
The,
right?
the little front section for the kids.
Yeah.
I don't mind being close to because I like
I think I saw Polar Express when I was out in IMAX. Like, I was pretty far up for that.
What we failed to discuss though was whether the theater had stadium seating or not, because that's like that incline.
Yeah.
Like some of them have amp,
Well,
and then some of them
Yeah.
when we saw Grand Budapest, that's pretty much a flat
right.
theater,
And
right?
and where
Yeah.
we sat right in the middle,
Yeah,
which is perfect. But you also kind of feel like
movie ran the same way, I think.
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But you feel very too many people around you. You know, like where at AMC, it's like there's like 5 rows of recliners, and then there's like a break, and then there's like a back kind of. For me, it's like right in the middle, in the last row there. You're not, no one's breathing down your neck or anything. But otherwise, I agree with Paul. In a standard theater,
Yeah.
back, middle, perfect. You know, when it's behind you, you know, usually you get a little more space too, I think. Right?
Maybe, I think so. I know Mark Kermode, my favorite film critic, his Twitter bio for location says a last aisle seat on the left. So I guess that's his preferred seat.
Yeah, I mean, it also depends on your eyesight too, honestly. Like some people, I know some people like to be right up at the front.
Yeah,
of the movie
I
theater.
can't do that. I used to.
So much, gives me a headache.
Yeah.
But yeah, Paul, I thought Paul had some good points. So Jeff, you're in agreement with that? You like that seat?
Yeah.
I like that seat.
That would be my second choice.
Second choice.
Yeah.
That's mine too. But in these standard theaters, the past couple ones have been inclined, so I've been used to sitting in the middle. Cool. By the way, my least favorite seat, front seat, all the way in the front.
What about-
the worst?
I was in the first row on the corner when Resident Evil came out.
Which
I
one?
was in like 8th grade.
The first Resident Evil?
Yeah.
Mm.
It was still enjoyable. Well, it was.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
looked up.
Well, I think the Lego movie, when we saw the Lego movie at AMC,
We were-
we had an end seat, and we were kind of turned a little.
We were only 2 or 3 rows back.
Yeah. Yeah, we were pretty close.
I had to sit through the Lord of the Rings, the 2 towers,
Oh man.
because we went with my uncle when I was a kid, and it was literally like packed out when we went. And there were 2 seats left in the front row, the last 2 seats, and I was just like, for 3 hours, I had my neck was cramped and stuff.
Oh, that's terrible.
But so Rich, we'll end up. What's the timer? I don't know what timer it is.
Who knows, man? We're having so much fun right now. We have about 20-ish minutes left. We can probably go a little over to fit some stuff in. I think we'll be fine. We're trying to keep it to an hour, but we'll be good. We'll be good. Do you want me to talk about what I saw first, and then you can wrap up?
Well, just quickly, because I saw some other stuff, and I'm not going to go in depth about it, but I saw Zero Charisma, and then I saw Lone Survivor. Both movies were pretty good. I have reviews up on cinemaobserver.com for both. I think I gave one of Rent and one of Observer.
You gave Lone Survivor an Observer. And the other one.
I was teetering on that one, though, because I was going towards Rent for that, but then I thought about how well it was put together in music, and I just decided to go with it. And then Zero Charisma was good, but a very kind of like underground movie. But I just wanted to make that clear. I got 2 reviews up on there, cinemaobserver.com, and then Jeff's got his. Jeff, did you do another one too? Was it
That was the one you talked about.
Spider-Man was the last one then?
That I reviewed X-Men 2.
X-Men Days of Future
Okay.
Past.
And then there's a review for the series finale, mid-season finale of Mad Men, which was fantastic. So that's all up on cinemaobserver.com. So that's just what we've recently watched.
Yeah.
But we were going to get in depth with some stuff, but I didn't want to discuss those at
Oh yeah.
So, Rich, you saw Never Let Me Go.
Yeah. Before that, I do want to discuss Good Will Hunting a little bit because that was on Jeff's top 15 list that we discussed last week or the week before. I don't know which episode.
How you like Devin Apples?
Last podcast.
Last-
That was 2 weeks.
Right. Okay. So last podcast episode, you had that.
Sorry.
Thanks. That was number 6 or 5 on the list. I want to say it
Around there.
was around there. But
The other day, someone asked me my top 3 movies. I couldn't remember what I put there.
which
And I just ranked it.
did you put Empire Strikes Back?
It might have
there?
been. That's what I guessed.
Yeah. But anyway, Good Will Hunting, I finally got around to seeing it, and I absolutely loved it. And it is now in my top 10 of my top 15. I don't remember where exactly I put it.
Is that fair, though? You just threw it up there? You know
It's
what I
not just throwing it up there. I thought a lot about it, actually.
mean? Come on.
I thought about and for all of you Man of Steel haters out there, it finally bumped it off the 15 list. So, but it is still an honorable mention. So whatever. But Good Will Hunting, I think it's a really superior film. I would give it. I am teetering on an Enshrine for it, but it's definitely an observe for me. Robin Williams, I think, steals the show, even though Matt Damon was really good. Ben Affleck was, he was decent. Sorry. Yeah. So it was just a great study on, what gifts you're given and what you decide to do with them, and kind of following your passion and the obstacles you have to kind of go through to kind of reach where you're meant to be.
Well, also your the way people can either weigh you down, or like your hometown, like Matt Damon has like a loyalty to. He has some kind of like
yeah.
Where is he from? Boston.
South Boston.
But he's got. I mean, I think they're all from Boston, aren't they?
Yeah.
But I think it's like he's really smart, but he also doesn't want to. He feels like it's like betraying where he's from to be intelligent almost. Like he leads these people and he works with everything.
Right, and it's a very interesting. Like I said in my short description on my top 15, it's a very interesting physical and mental struggle, because he does get in a lot of physical fights at the beginning of that movie, and like I said, just Robin Williams that's the best movie I've ever seen Robin Williams in.
You've never seen Jack Adams? No, I'm just kidding.
Catch Adams.
Oh, did I say Jack Adams? What is Jack Adams?
The NHL award for best coach. Vince always says hockey on the
Yeah,
but,
that's right.
Yeah, I love Robin Williams in it, and Stellan Skarsgård too was really good. And yeah, I just love that movie, and yeah, I mean, sure, it is kind of short order in terms of a day after I put it up on my list, but I think it's definitely deserving. You have to see that movie, and it won an Oscar for best original screenplay. I think another award too. I think it won 2 Oscars. So. Yeah, I love that movie a lot. And then the last movie I recently seen was Never Let You Go, starring my favorite actress in the world, Carey Mulligan, Keira Knightley, and Andrew Garfield.
I really like Keira Knightley.
I like her in some stuff. And Andrew Garfield, I think this is around the same time he did The Social Network too, so this was kind of at the beginning of his career too, before he did all the Spider-Man stuff. But if you haven't seen the movie, it's based on a novel. I haven't read it. Have any of you guys read the novel?
I have not heard of it. I have not read that one. There's another novel he did, but I can't remember. But I know a bunch of people who have read it.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But the basic premise is it is a sci-fi romance genre film that kids are basically, there's a certain select group of people who are kind of grown in laboratories for the sole purpose of being organ donors. For the sole purpose of being organ donors.
Oh, I have read it.
You have read it?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I don't remember it at all, though.
So they only live to 28, but it's kind of the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few kind of thing, where people are able to live extremely long. And they're kind of based off, each of them are engineered based off a specific person. So the person they're giving their organs to gets to live extremely long. But it was a very interesting movie for me. I'd give this, I was teetering on Rent and Observe for this, but I would probably go with Rent. It's a very interesting movie because they deal a lot about the soul and kind of what art is the gateway to the soul. There's this whole thing where all these people go to a specific school where they're kind of raised, both a boarding school, and every year they submit art to a gallery, and it's an interesting way. Later you find out that the reason for the gallery is to find out whether these people have souls or not. And obviously, if you watch the film, yeah, they do have souls, because they love and they have all feelings that any other human would have. But they have this life cut short, and they just kind of accept that fact, which is really interesting. I actually didn't mind Carey Mulligan in this. She was good. She was completely fine. I was really surprised. Andrew Garfield, by far, I think it was the best performance in that movie. But it's basically the movie, if you're living in New York, it's the movie that Unix doesn't want you to see. And all the organ donor people don't want you to see. It's very provocative, and it's a sci-fi movie that isn't explicitly sci-fi. Like if I hadn't read the IMDb synopsis before I decided to watch this, I'd have no idea that this was a sci-fi movie until the very end. So I liked how they kind of held off that aspect to this movie until the end. So I would give it a run. It's very good. Andrew Garfield's good. Keira Knightley was okay.
Are you reviewing this one?
I might eventually, yeah. It'll eventually be up on some.
It's not looking Garfield. I think he's good looking. I don't know. He's a good looking dude. He's just a temple thing. So, you know.
The Adam's apple?
Yeah. Did I say temple?
Yeah.
I'm tired. So.
Anyways, that's because you saw Fall in Our Stars last night.
Well, yeah. But
It was probably a draining experience.
now, hold on a second before we continue. Never let me go.
Started so late.
Yeah.
Do you? I don't appreciate this. Are you gonna read the book?
Yeah, I'll probably read that.
Because I've heard like a good friend of mine like loves the book. So I wonder if reading the book would change your perception of the movie.
Yeah, I wonder if it will.
Well, segue.
Let's see.
Fault in Our Stars is a book by John Green. So we've talked about. I think my favorite podcast was the movie adaptation podcast, just because that medium between. I think there are two means of a successful adaptation. It's one that follows the book to the T, and it honors loyal fans of the book or the novel. Okay, and then there's a film that strays from the novel a little bit, but it still entertains.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So while there are differences in some films from books, those differences make the movie better.
Yeah.
Okay, and then there's The Fault in Our Stars. So The Fault in Our Stars was pretty much. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody because you guys might want to see it. I would recommend reading it. It's a great novel. It's fantastic. It's by John Green, bestseller. Fault in Our Stars is a wonderfully. It's the book, the novel, and the story and the film are they're almost the same exact thing. For most of the first 2 hours of the first hour of the film, I feel like every line was straight from the book.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so. As a fan of the book, I was happy with the fact that the film did the novel justice in that sense. However, I do think that there were some issues with that as well, because John Green makes his character very quirky and witty and intellectual, and the language is so precise and acute and just witty that when you hear a character say it, it just sounds off. It doesn't sound. It doesn't sound right.
It doesn't sound like how it sounded in your head when you read it.
It's not even just that. I'm writing a review right now. I'm about halfway done with it, and it's just some of the. Oh, hello, viewer, by the way. Some of the stuff felt very rehearsed, and I know that movies are rehearsed, but specifically, there's a character, Augustus Waters, is pretty much like a main character in it, and when he talks in a very intellectual way. But some of it just seemed like he's an actor that's rehearsing a line. And I know that's what he is, but when you're watching a movie, you don't want to think about that.
Right. Yeah.
So that was my only problem with it. And it wasn't even continuous. It was just a couple of scenes. But I'm nitpicking. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
So to nitpick, I thought, well, it was completely faithful to the novel. There are a couple of minor things, but they made the movie better. Just some of the dialogue just threw me off. Some of the language, it actually interrupted the pace of the movie based on the fact that it just seemed like it was from a book.
Yeah,
It
just read the book before hopping in front.
Right, but it was still good. That being said, all right, if you're gonna see it, get tissues. It's bad. It'll make you cry. I didn't cry, but if I were by myself, I probably would have. Or something. I don't know. Maybe it's just. Feel kind of weird crying in front of other people.
Yeah.
And I was sitting next to two people who were so annoying. They were just talking and laughing.
That's
all the
the
time.
worst.
But it's sad. It's a really sad movie. For those of you who aren't familiar with it, it's about this girl. She's a teenager. Her name is Hazel Grace Lancaster. She has cancer, terminal cancer, and then she meets a kid at support group named Augustus Waters. And it's kind of about how they spend their time. I don't want to ruin it for anybody. So it's about how they spend their time together. And kind of the relationship that they have, and just kind of, what I liked about it was most cancer movies that I have seen are just downright depressing. And this one is really sad, but it's interesting to see how kind of enthusiastic and positive the characters are, specifically Augustus Waters. Just based on, they have cancer, but we usually, people from the outside, when they think of my uncle had leukemia, and we pitied my uncle because he was sick and he was in hospitals all the time. But you don't think about how they feel and how they want to live their life. They don't let it defeat them like you'd expect it to.
Right.
They're strong about it. So it's interesting because the book and the film both deal with this idea of existence and oblivion and what we become, after our lives are over.
Yeah.
So I think it's a fantastic film. I have not rated it yet, and I'm teetering on Absurd and Red because I love the novel, but I'm trying to separate it because if you keep it, But I would say if you're going to go see it, definitely read the book first because the book, or read it after, but at least read it. It's a book that has to be read. It's a great book, and it's awesome. I also recommend reading really anything from John Green, specifically Paper Towns, Looking for Alaska. Looking for Alaska.
Right, yeah.
I think it would be a good movie. But again, I don't know. When you read a book, it's like Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Harry Potter worked, it was kind of whimsical and stuff. But John Green's characters, just read. Have you guys read anything?
I haven't read any of this stuff.
It's so specific. The language is so cool, how the characters talk, but it just didn't translate 100% with some things.
Okay.
But that's me. I'm just nitpicking.
Yeah.
But
all in all, it's a great movie.
I recommend it 100%. But I recommend the book. If you had to choose between reading the book, spending $10 in the book, and watching the movie, I would say get the book, just because I love the book and it's great, and I think it's more detailed, obviously more details and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
Awesome. I'm really glad you liked it because I know that's one of the most looking forward to movies.
That's why I'm nitpicking you, though.
Yeah.
I didn't give anything away too, which is I'm trying not to do that for you guys.
Yeah.
I don't know if my review will or not. I'm gonna keep it spoiler free based on the fact that it just came out. I'm probably gonna get it up by tomorrow morning. I'm spending some time with it because I actually have an investment in this film based on I really enjoyed the novel.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I would go see it. And if you guys have seen the first The Wallflower, it's not similar story-wise, but it feels similar.
It's the same feel.
So
okay, yeah, because I love that movie too.
Good book.
The only other cancer-based movie I've seen was 50-50 with Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Didn't like it.
I didn't mind it. Yeah, I liked it. And
of course.
Yeah, it was entertaining. It was pretty funny too. But I definitely want to go ahead and see Fault in Our Stars.
Can I preface this with the fact that I watched 50-50 on a plane to France and I was terrified. We were over the water. It was like 4 in the morning, and I was watching a movie about cancer and the plane hit turbulence, and I was just freaking out.
That's not the best.
No, so that could have something to do with my distaste for that movie. But
yeah. Cool.
So
So I guess are we at a wrapping point?
Yeah.
Stuff on tap for the website.
We're gonna review. Fault in Our Stars review, obviously, and we're also going to be doing a video shortly about our rating system, so we'll post that.
Yeah.
Trying to think what else could be posted up there anytime soon. Are you guys watching anything, or have you seen anything?
I'll probably put a review up for Never Let Me Go eventually. I'm also in the middle of writing a commentary piece about comparison in film reviews, which we touched on before in an earlier episode. That just it kind of ticks me off, and you have to give the film its due by itself. So I'm taking a while with that just to make sure I'm making my argument clearly. But there's that, and then on the back burner is I'm probably going to hate on the Avengers pretty soon.
The first Avengers?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll leave it at that.
Okay, I'm fine with that. I'll back that up. Now you're speaking my language here. So, I might do a video review for Fault in Our Stars too. I don't know. Jeff, you watch anything?
Well, I just finished reading Inherent Vice.
All right.
I was pitching, so I'll try to review that.
Yeah, we do book reviews too, people.
Yeah.
And there's a couple on our site. But by the way, Jeff is initially we were like, Jeff, just write an article or two every couple of weeks, and now we just ask him what he's doing. Like we expect him to have a review. No pressure, But yeah, so I'm looking forward to that one. I've heard that book is really good, actually.
It's entertaining.
Is that
Yeah, it's a detective story, but it's set in the 60s. It's a detective story.
Awesome.
And
Have you read Don? What's that? I forgot it. Continue. I'll figure it out.
the movie's premiere later this year, directed by Paul Thomas. So that
Great.
movie
Oh,
reviewing
yeah,
that.
Anderson's doing it. It's gonna be
Yeah.
probably something crazy. Have you guys ever seen what's that other movie, Magnolia?
Yeah,
I haven't
That's
seen
him, right?
yeah.
That movie's crazy. There's probably gonna be a bunch of references in there.
Very looking for that.
City of Glass. Have you read City of Glass?
No.
By Paul Auster. It's very like noir. So if you like that one, I would recommend this one to you. I really liked it. See, probably the best way to descend into madness.
There you go. Seems
Well,
like that happens a lot. That's what every like noir movie is about.
I enjoyed that though. You know.
Yeah.
I've been playing a new game called Watch Dogs. Which
Oh,
it's a
yeah.
video. I'm not gonna review it. It's okay. I don't think
It's just okay. I think
overrated. Kind of boring.
really.
This is just my take on it. I started playing this game called Dark Souls, which just makes you depressed, but it's just really hard, but it's a challenge. But yeah, those are just some things I've been doing.
So I guess we're at a wrapping point here. So if you love this podcast, guys, if we post, like we said, we post articles, commentary, features on our website, cinemaobserver.com. There's always, at least a few like really good articles posted up every week. You can follow us on Twitter at cinema_observer. Vince live tweets throughout our podcasts, and you can interact with us through that. We've also been doing live Google Hangouts during our podcast
Yeah, make
recordings.
yourself known right now.
Yeah.
I know who this person is.
Yeah,
Thank you for watching.
definitely. Thanks for watching if you are. And you can follow us on Facebook at Cinema Observer. Please sign up for our newsletter too, because that way you can get the newest articles that we post up sent directly to you, to your inbox. So it's just a click away to read them. And we are on iTunes, and recently we just got on Stitcher Radio. So
I'm excited
for
about
all,
Stitcher.
for all you Android users out there, for any of you guys who are used to listening to stuff on Stitcher, we are on there now. So we're under the Cinema Observer podcast. Please leave us a rating and a review, and that helps us out a lot. And it is great to see the metrics on Stitcher too. That was one of the main reasons that we're on there now, is we get to see how many people are listening.
And
So that's a cool
iTunes,
thing.
which is kind of not like that.
There really isn't a good system for keeping track of episode downloads and stuff. It's very kind of convoluted on the website back end. But in any case, leave us a review and everything. And always, if you want us to review a movie you've seen or even a book, like we do book reviews too. So recommend to us anything that comes to mind that you feel we should check out. Anything else, guys?
Nope. I'm posting I just tweeted our link to sign up for our newsletter.
Yeah.
I sent the link where you need your first and last name. If you go to our regular page, you can just type your email in.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So just do it. You'll get your stuff every Wednesday, right?
Yeah, every Wednesday at 11:30. So
11:35.
yeah.
I'm just.
By the time it sends out, this timestamp's like 11:35. But in any case,
MailChimp is awesome, by the way.
love MailChimp.
So, but anyway, we'll see you guys next week, and enjoy your day.
Bye. Thank you, viewer, for listening and watching us. It's been a great time. We do this every week, like I said, whenever we record a podcast. So
I'm going to get water.
Vince's gonna get water because he's really thirsty. Talked a lot today. All our stars. So yeah, thanks for watching, and this should be on YouTube too. So if anyone has missed this recording, it will be on our YouTube channel. Cinema Observer 1, I think, is the username for that. So thanks for watching.
Yeah, talk